occasionally, when I'm looking for something in particular, I often find something else completely by accident, and that's exactly what I found on this sallow here, this beautifully golden yellow sallow. Had I come past this particular sallow in another week or so's time, and these leaves will more than likely be on the floor at my feet, then I wouldn't find, or wouldn't have found, the caterpillar that I have. It's a master of disguise. I don't know the species that it is at the time of filming this, but as a representative and an example of camouflage, this is a cracker. It's on there. Now then, if I bring this branch that my find is on, it is in the screen now. It's at the top of your screen, the caterpillar. But before I show it you, the key that made me notice it was this leaf here. At first I thought that this was the feeding damage of purple emperor larvae, because that's very much the kind of thing that purple emperors do, although they tend to leave another piece of leaf on this side of the midrib here, so you get an almost triangular piece of leaf at the end of where the rest of the leaf should have been. There's a bit more feeding damage just elsewhere on this branch, so I started to look for the culprit. And the culprit is on this bit here. It's directly in front of my top finger there, as you can see it on this bit here. This first inch or so of this particular twig is the caterpillar, and it's a super example of camouflage. But in order to appreciate it, I need to try and get you closer. So if I put my hand at the back of this, it might allow the camera to actually focus on it. So now you can see this caterpillar resting along this particular twig. The caterpillar is grey. There are various sort of lumps and bumps on it, and you can see how it's sat or laid along the length of this particular twig. I imagine that this is the position and place where it's going to overwinter here, quite openly. There are a number of potential species. They're all moths that this could be. At first I thought it might be light emerald, but I don't think it is, because light emerald caterpillars have like a fringing of hairs along the sides. But this is one of the so-called stick caterpillars. It's a geometrid, so a more likely candidate for a larva this size is perhaps one of the thorns. But rather than me keep guessing and going through the whole sort of 2,600 and odd species of moths in the UK, I won't. I'll take some more photos and we'll see what it is, and I'll add them in as we go along. But these larvae, these type of larvae, are an extremely fabulous example of camouflage. If I was to just do that, it becomes less obvious, and when you see it further away, you're hardly likely to even realise that there's a caterpillar on here. It's a brilliant bit of nature's work yet again. I imagine that this caterpillar is little more than a third grown, possibly half grown, and the remainder of that growth will take place once it warms up in sort of March and April time, probably April, when these twigs and branches on this sallow once again become covered in leaves. But it's something that I will be keeping an eye on over the winter months. So it's back home, get the books out, trawl the internet and see what it is. And if I can work out exactly what it is, you'll be looking at a picture of it very shortly, both in the larval stage and in the adult stage. But it's a nice find, and I say, a great example of camouflage.